Alright, okay, so with the news of the relic getting disabled, boys, what do you think? Relic of LYHR. Does everyone know what the Relic of LYHR does? Okay, so upon healing an ally, shield up to 4 allies, redirected a percentage of any strike damage they take to yourself. You can protect them by 1 shield at a time. It says 6 seconds duration, but that is a bug or a tooltip incorrection. And it was only lasting 4 seconds. Damage reduction is 50%. So 50 times 4. So that's 200%. And then you're going to take the damage as well, right? Right? You're going to take 100% of the damage, right? That's 300%. 200 and then 100 is the 300%. So you're going to take a lot of damage. Okay, so it is pretty spicy. It's a 10-second internal cooldown, as you can see at the top right-hand side of the tooltip relic. Apparently, it makes a high-pitched pulsing sound effect when it's procs or something. I mean, imagine using in-game sounds and audio. I didn't know that was a thing, but I read it on the wiki. Also, you can't abuse this with summoned allies. So, like, if you have, like, a minion master or something running this, it would sound a little bit crazy, right? Maybe. With Shroud, right? It would sound a little bit crazy. But it does not apply to summoned allies or friendly NPCs, including, like, ranger pets, elementals, and obviously, like I said, minions. Does not work on skills, effects, or traits that heal over time. This includes, but not limited to, regeneration with the boot, and like soothing mist on Ellie and stuff like that, right? Well, it seems as if that was obviously the intention, but that's not how it's working. It has an estimated range of 600 units from the ally it is applied to, cancelling early if exceeded. So if you go further away from the person that you're tethered to, when it happens, you'll see a tether. You should see a tether anyway. Also, when it happens, the ally will have a buff on him of the relic. It will be flashing down here on the boon bar, right down above the skills. So you'll notice it, but it won't actually come up on you. So anyway, it's kind of hard to manage because sometimes in large-scale fights, you don't see the tether. Also, because you don't have it on your bar, you don't see it's active on you. So you don't know when to, like, oh shit, I might die. But it actually goes through dodging and evades. The damage that you receive on behalf of the other players on your allies actually go through, and they fucking kill you. You're getting killed by your own teammates, so unlucky. But if you have damage reduction and you take all the damage, then basically you're soaking up the damage for your allies. So people were basically using this on Herald, and we saw this in GVG. Relic of LYHR guilds were using it in GVG, and despite using it in GVG, they were still losing. So initially we thought, well, it's pretty strong, but it isn't overpowered crazy, like, you know. And we've noticed as well, like, some people have been using it and they've been dying, like, really fast. Because, you know, they're taking more damage, right? And they didn't expect it, and they don't see, like, the buff maybe, and they don't know it's active, and then they just, you know, they just get fucking one shot. If they get targeted, they get one shot or whatever, right? So you kind of need damage reduction to deal with all the extra damage you're taking, or, like, a build that's, like, invulnerable. You're invulnerable, right? Like, completely invulnerable. So, anyway, all this info that I've just given you. There was recently a post made by Renet on the official forum saying that the relic was disabled. Disabled. I don't know if they have actually fixed it yet, but they basically said they've temporarily disabled the effects of the relic until they address an issue. They haven't explained what the issue is, obviously, well, there's no reason for them to tell you. Maybe you guys know, maybe you don't. But anyway. Apparently, there was a group of people on a North American server, and they were farming enemy for... Well, they got a lot of kills. They were farming the enemy. And they were using this relic. Now, what happened, boys? What happened? We don't know exactly, because I haven't tested it myself. But all I can speculate is... It was basically they were using multiple relics in one party, which I didn't test. I didn't test it. And they were using a class that has crazy damage reduction and can proc the relic infinitely, permanently. What class is that, boys? It's Herald. So it's obviously a bug. You know, it's not intended. It is an exploit, as usual. But we're all bug testers. We're used to it. I'm not gonna go, wow, we should go and witch hunt these guys that were using the relic, and we should ban them, okay? Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's unintended interactions, and they found out, oh, shit, this is OP and shit. But, like, It's obviously not intended, right? But it's obviously, you know, you don't ban people for this. Like, it's fine. Just disable the relic, investigate, go and fix the problem, reintroduce it to the game, you know? You know, it may have been a little bit over OP. It may not have been working as intended. You know, unintended consequences. You know, in the effects of the whole grand scheme of things, we need it to be balanced. So go and remove this relic before it impacts the game mode in a negative way. So anyway, don't know how they're going to fix it. Whether they're going to put a longer cooldown on it, or they're going to have to nerf a herald trait, or they're just going to have to recode or something. But anyway, there's obviously... It's so funny that the NA people managed to come up with this, and EU didn't. Like, EU, guys, you got to fucking wake the fuck up, boys. Why didn't we come up with this? The double herald party. Allowing the relic effect to be permanently active is obviously not supposed to be a thing. So they need to obviously put some sort of stop on that. You know, it's supposed to be temporary damage mitigation upon healing an ally. So yeah, it would significantly disrupt the balance of the game. Especially if you use it on a class with... Do you know my oil build, boys? My Vindicator, support Vindicator oil build, where you use the oil and you just dodge on the oil, and you're invulnerable and you don't take any damage. Well, yes, use Relic of LYHR while being on the oil. Did you ever think about that, boys? Yeah. If you're on the oil and you use the Relic of LYHR and you dodge and you heal, and maybe you can heal. I don't know if maybe you can heal. I didn't test it, but maybe if you use the oil, people around you can just stand around you. They won't take any damage because you have the debuff. Oh, the buff from the oil, and then you have the buff from the spinny dwarf hammers and all the traits, and then the cat's doing a dance. I don't know why the cat's doing a dance, because he was using Relic of LYHR. Now, the people in NA, they were using 2 heralds or something in the party, right? We don't know if it has an unintended like bouncing effect, like it bounces. We don't know. Now, I heard maybe from somebody, not mentioning any names, but I heard from somebody maybe that it bounced 4 times. It would amplify the imbalance, and maybe multiple stacks would actually it would like mitigate somehow and make it even more potent and unkillable. Maybe it was immortal. Maybe we don't even know. Maybe it was immortal. If you have 2 heralds with damage reduction builds, rotating dwarf elite as well for extra damage reduction, and you've got it permanently up because of the unintended like interaction with a trait or with a heal, and then you've got 2 of them, and they're just like maybe they were invulnerable completely. We don't know. But farming other players for hours on end with near invulnerability is a little bit crazy. So obviously, if that was popping off an NA, that's why it was disabled. It's potentially going to be driving away people from the game mode, and for the sake of game balance, it was necessity to disable the relic. What will happen when it comes back? When is it back? What did they do? Did they update? I didn't check the forums, actually. Did they re-enable it yet? Probably not. It's going to take a while, right? We look forward to the change. We look forward to seeing what happens with the relic. And to all of you bug testers out there, keep up the hard work. You're doing a great job. You know, developers, they need a little bit of assistance, and so we can enjoy the game mode. So it's a teamwork, boys. A team effort.